be required as a qualification to any office or public trust under the United States. Yet I want to read you the following from various state constitutions from around the country. State Constitution of North Carolina, Article 6, Section 8. The following persons shall be disqualified for office. First, any person who shall deny the being of Almighty God. Arkansas, Article 9, Section 1. No person who denies the being of a god shall hold any office in the civil departments of this state, nor be competent to testify as a witness in any court. Maryland, Article 37. That no religious test ought ever to be required as a qualification for any office of profit or trust in this state, other than a declaration of belief in the existence of God. Pennsylvania, Article 1, Section 4. No person who acknowledges the being of a God and a future state of rewards and punishments shall, on account of his religious sentiments, be disqualified to hold any office. South Carolina, Article 17, Section 4. No person who denies the existence of a supreme being shall hold any office under this Constitution. Tennessee, Article 9. No person who denies the being of God or a future state of rewards and punishments shall hold any office in the civil department of this state. Texas, Article 1, Section 4. No religious test shall ever be required as a qualification to any office or public trust in this state, nor shall anyone be excluded from holding office on account of his religious sentiments, provided he acknowledge the existence of a supreme being. Before going any further, I have to acknowledge that English common law is guilty of some discrimination in eligibility to stand for Parliament. The following is an article of English common law. Idiots are disqualified from election to Parliament. John F. Kennedy set the tone for our attitude to the religious beliefs of candidates for president. He said, "I believe in a president whose religious views are his own private affair, neither imposed by him upon the nation, or imposed by the nation upon him as a condition to holding office. But while it's of course right that no religious test should ever be imposed as a qualification to stand for election, that's very different from saying that voters are obliged to ignore their religious beliefs when deciding whether to vote for you. Candidates may put forward their economic policy, their foreign policy, their health policy, and so on. These are much discussed by journalists, pundits. They're the topic of discussion in presidential debates. Suppose we know that one of the candidates privately believes the world is only 6,000 years old. You may say that's nothing to do with his taxation policy, foreign policy, etc. But I want to suggest that voters are entitled to take such lunatic beliefs into account. Not because those beliefs will affect the candidate's conduct as a president directly, necessarily, but because this is evidence that he is an ignorant fool, and you can't trust an ignorant fool to make good decisions as president. It tells you something about the sort of brain he has on his shoulders. As it happens, neither of the two leading candidates in the current election believes anything like that. But some of the earlier candidates for the Republican nomination certainly did believe that. And if any of them had emerged as the Republican nominee, I would hope that neither journalists nor his opponent, President Obama, would have held back from attacking those beliefs on the grounds that religious beliefs are private and not to be intruded upon. It's entirely right that John F. Kennedy should not have been debarred from standing because of his religion, but even with him, if I'd been a journalist,